Hello, hello, hello to all of my Geminis. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your weekly reading. This is for August the 11th through August the 18th. This is for my Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So happy Tuesday to all of my Geminis. And this is for all of my Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right, Geminis, what do we have for you? Now, what do we know about our Geminis besides the fact that Geminis are most of the time are very funny people? You're also very smart, very versatile, very outgoing, affectionate, curious, enthusiastic, flexible, intelligent, just the list goes on and on and on. That's always important to note and to remember, Geminis, especially when you're around low vibrating energy or someone who's on a different frequency. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're vibrating at a lowest frequency. They're just on a different frequency, but that's always important to remember about yourself, what your characteristics are, high vibrating characteristics are, okay? So let's get into your reading. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my Geminis as it relates to all areas of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, also in areas of money and wealth, also in areas of spirituality and where they need to take action, also in areas of creativity and their emotions. What do we have for our Geminis? If you're interested in a personal reading, please contact me at 202-460-3205. That's both stateside in the United States of America, where I am located, and also internationally. I've talked to many people overseas. Shout out to people in Belgium. All right. Okay. In other parts of Europe. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Okay, let's go. And thank you all for supporting my channel, stateside, overseas, and everywhere else. You all have just been freaking amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, look at these major arcanas. Let's pick this up. Judgment card. We'll get into this in a second. We also have the Star card, Gemini. And we also have the Lovers card. Let's get into it. The Lovers card is your card, by the way, Gemini. Okay. Okay. Woo. Let's see if we can turn these things around a little bit here. Happy Tuesday. Just in case. I think maybe I need to bring these a little closer. Maybe I need to bring these a little closer, so you all can like really see them. Okay. So look. We have the Lovers card, which is about, again, since this is Gemini reading, this is about you. This is about feeling complete. This is about loving yourself deeper and harder, Gemini. And so when you love yourself deeper and harder, what do you attract? You attract the love at that same frequency, right? Because it all starts internally, right, Gemini? So this is about the Lovers card, right? This is the Lovers card. This is your card. This is about love. This is about you being in total alignment. This is about, you know, you making wonderful choices. This is about you feeling complete, okay, Gemini? That's first and foremost. Then guess what? We have the Star card, right? The Star card is very powerful because we know the Star card is attached to another air sign, just like you. It's attached to the Aquarius. Very powerful. So this is a person who is like inspiring, someone who is serene, someone who is healed, someone who has ideal love in their lives. And remember, we talk about the Lovers card, about this is like an internal love, right? Again, vibrating at a high frequency, so therefore that is what you're attracting, right? So all good. And then guess what? Then we have the Judgment card, right? This is about someone who is feeling liberated. Look at this. Look at all your ancestors clapping and cheering for you. You feel liberated. You know your inner calling. I mean, you're just feeling good about life, right? You're just reflecting on things. You're just in a real good headspace, Gemini. And this is wonderful. So again, happy Tuesday to you, Gemini. Happy Tuesday. These are all good, right? Then look at this. We also have, we have the Four of Cups, right? So sometimes when you see this card, we see somebody who is distracted, someone who's withdrawn, someone who is like in deep thought about something, right? Somebody who's hesitating. But as far as you're concerned, this is really about introspection, like kind of sort of going back over some things in your life. Because remember, you're in a real good place, right? Look at this. You're in a really, really good place right now. This is just remembering who you really, really are. So this is about introspection, right? This Four of Cups is about introspection. So this is what I'm getting for you versus all of the you being distracted, you being withdrawn, you know, again, but this is about rumination. This is about you being in real deep thought about something. This is about introspection. Okay, so I want you to focus on that. And then look at this. Very, very, very powerful. Again, introspection. This is about, you know, moving on. This is about you moving on. Introspection, thinking about your deeper purpose, changing directions in your life, moving on, just moving on in your life. So for many of you, like I said, you've been through so much. You had to make a final decision. I'm going to move on. I'm really good with my decision of moving on. You know why? Because there was so much inner conflict with the person that you stepped away from. You had to be real good about your decision. It took you a minute, took you some time, more than a minute, but it took you some time. And like I said, the Cups energy is, let me pick these back up for just a second. The Cups energy is, some of you could have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio in your chart, somewhere in your natal chart, or your birth/natal chart. It could be somewhere in your chart. But then we talk about the Five of Wands, right? The Wands is that fire energy. That's why I know this is an emotional decision for a lot of you. But this is about someone who saw you as a rival, someone who it was just so many disagreements. And you almost felt like it was a minor setback, not a major setback, but it was a minor setback. Someone who saw you as a rival, competition, that kind of thing. But what you need to understand, Gemini, is that that person had a lot of inner conflict, right? So therefore, anybody who has inner conflict is automatically going to try to project that onto whomever it's closest to them. You just happen to be closest to them, so they wanted to project that onto you. But when you decided to walk away, you gave it a lot of deep thought, a lot of introspection here, a lot of introspection here. I want to show you these, a lot of introspection. And you decided, you know what? I'm better than this. I love myself too deep and too hard to deal with this kind of drama from people that I just, listen, I gave you too much of myself. I love myself too much to even go through this. I know who I am, right? So kudos to you, Gemini. Kudos, 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 because it could have gone another way. You could have remained in an unhealthy situation. But look, this is what I want to say to my Geminis here. Look, this Nine of Wands is about perseverance. You're coming into the home stretch, right? Time is fluid, right? So see yourself already on the other side of the challenge, right? See yourself already on the other side. New beginning for you. Again, as a result of loving yourself deeper and harder, right? As a result of you focusing on your own self-interest. And look, this is also, let me push this back a little bit so I can make a little room here. Look, this is about you being guarded. I can tell you this, Gemini, what happened to you before, all this conflict, all of these distractions, dealing with a person with inner chaos, this will never happen to you again, because not only are you guarded, now you have laser focus. This is the Knight of Swords and this is the Two of Swords. You're guarded and you have laser focus. Laser, laser, laser focus, right? So it will never happen to you again because you're going to continue vibrating at a high frequency. Let's make sure we get in close so that you can see this Knight of Swords here. You know, this is a person who is very self-assured. This is you coming out of this. Somebody who's very self-assured, someone who's powerful, someone who's intellectual, someone who has intense focus. This is you as a result of having gone through all of this conflict with a person who has all that inner conflict, right? Never again is it going to happen to you. Never, ever, ever again. Because now you like, okay, now that I know better, I'm going to do better. And knowing better comes from the fact that, okay, I love myself more than I love you. Coming to that realization that I love me more than I love you will clear up a whole lot of things, right? Then we have the Eight of Pentacles. Very, very, very powerful. Pentacles is attached to your money. It's attached to your money and it's attached to your wealth, right? And so this is you getting back to knowing what you know best, being very disciplined, being very diligent, being very knowledgeable. Remember I say high vibrating Geminis are very smart people, very powerful, very intellectual people. So this is you really being back on your grind. This is you being on your grind saying, listen, I know better, so I'm going to do better. I'm going to focus 100% on me, loving me better, deeper, harder. And the beautiful thing, Gemini, is about you focusing, you're vibrating at this frequency, this love frequency. That's exactly what you're going to attract, someone vibrating at a love frequency. And look at this. This is about, you know, focusing on the fruits of your labor. This is about you being patient, about sustainability in your life. This is about your investments, right? Very, very, very powerful. I mean, just like, seriously, look at all of this. Your major arcanas are great. Great, great, great. So like I said, for some of you, you're already there. For some of you, I'm telling you, you're coming in for the home stretch. Things are happening for you. They're unfolding for you. And now, like, you're coming through this. Like I said, you don't look like what you've been through at all. You really, really don't look like what you've been through. And so that's why you're saying, okay, this is all about me now. I don't care who thinks I'm selfish. I don't care who thinks that, you know, people can think what they want to think. You know, people are not mind readers. But, you know, people can think what they want to think. It doesn't matter because I'm focused on me. Because when you start focusing on you and bringing the focus back to what's most important, actually you're benefiting every single person around you, whether you realize it or not. Because again, you're vibrating at a high frequency, you're funny again, you're enthusiastic again, you're more versatile, you're more outgoing, you just feel better, you feel free. You know, you feel free. Speaking of the star card, which is attached to the Aquariuses are very free-spirited people. Right there in your air element. Right there in your air element. Very powerful. And then we have, like I said, we have, oh, did I show you, oh, did I get a chance to show you which cards we have? Okay, so we have two sets of oracle cards. Two sets of oracle cards. We have the Moonology cards, and I also have the, okay, so these are the Moonology cards. I love this deck of Moonology cards. Love, love, love them. So shout out to the creators of these oracle cards, as they are awesome. This is by Yasmin Boland and then Nyx Rowan. And then also we have these oracle cards here. Very, very, very powerful. These are the Sacred Vision oracle cards. Just kind of glossy when I put it up to the camera, but these are for those of you who are interested in tarot card reading, you know, these are some fantastic cards. The Sacred Vision cards are also wonderful too, just like the Moonology cards. So shout out to the creators of these cards as well, Lynn Andrews and also Robert Taylor. Fantastic cards. So we're going to be reading from both of these cards as well. So again, oh, let me just say this. Today is 8/11, so I'm going to put some information about the number 8 and the number 11 on my community, the community section of this channel. So I just want you to just kind of sort of watch out for that. You may not see it right away, but it'll be up there sometime today. And then look at this. This is the Moonology card that I pulled. This is the adjustments are required, right? And so this is about you just reevaluating the situation. So things have been happening, like I said, you're reevaluating everything, and then, you know, knowing that something new and exciting is around the corner for you. Again, coming in for the home stretch. Something new and exciting is around the corner for you. This is about you ending something and beginning something else, okay? So let's put this right here, and then let's grab one of these Sacred Vision Oracle cards and see what these have to say. Yeah, but I don't want you to be fearful moving forward, Gemini, at all. Wonderful things are happening for you as a result of walking away from toxic energy. Wonderful things are happening. Observe the number 1. I want you to go back and look at my video for number 1. Very, very powerful. I like to use, sometimes I like to use children's cards when I'm talking about numerology, because it's so, so, so important. There's such a horrible negative stigma on mathematics, but numerology and mathematics sometimes used interchangeably, but they're not the same. Numerology, we're talking about the vibration of each number, right? In mathematics, it's a science, right? So sometimes when I'm talking about the root numbers, I may say 1 + 2 = 3. The root number is 3, you know. But I'm talking about specifically, when I'm talking about root numbers, I'm talking about not the root numbers in mathematics. I'm talking about the root number in numerology and the vibration it carries. But I want you to go back and look at the video for the number 1 to see how powerful the number 1 is. You have the power to change things, right? Again, you've been spending a lot of time in introspection, thinking about this, not necessarily by yourself, but just in introspection, like in deep thought about what's going to come next. Wonderful things are happening for you next. Wonderful things happening. New beginnings. New beginnings, new beginnings, wonderful things happening, okay, Gemini? Again, if you're interested in a personal reading, this is internationally and stateside. My number is 202-460-3205. Geminis, I am so happy for you because you decided to focus on what's most important, and what's most important is you, okay? Loving yourself deeper and harder, and having much, much, much clarity about the situation. And so now that you have this laser focus, almost like this radical focus, you are unstoppable. That's what I have for my Geminis. I hope you have a fantastic week. Again, this is for my Geminis, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is for 8/11 to 8/18, August the 11th through August the 18th. I hope you have a fantastic week. Okay, Geminis? Bye.